Morning, people. Welcome back to the Man in the Corner. Well, going through, I had a bit of an easy day yesterday. I was just looking at things. Hope you like the quick clip that I put up. Just another dig at them, exposing themselves like the idiots they are. So what we got on the cards for today then? Well, first of all, we've got the thing going on with the HGV drivers now. Guys, stick to your guns. The Transport Secretary has said that he's going to extend the hours that they're allowed to drive. Now, I remember when they brought the restrictions in on how long you could drive. It was brought in for safety reasons. And the roads were nowhere near as dangerous back then as they are now. They're not addressing the problem. What they're actually doing now is forcing drivers to do more hours, be on the road longer, under the guise of getting stuff to the shops. Now, a lot of the accidents with lorries are caused through long hours, stress. The reason the lorry drivers aren't there because all the Eastern Bloc drivers, the East Europeans, I won't name specific countries, but they came over because they could get the work on the lorries. But now they've realised, with the way the employers treat lorry drivers, the government treat lorry drivers, constant harassment from the police, constant threat on fines, they can earn more back in their own country now. So they've gone. And they can't understand why the Brit drivers aren't taking the positions. Reference the words I just spoke. Clowns. So rather than have a go at the employers to pay the drivers a proper wage, don't forget these are the guys that are away from their families, long hours, lonely hours, on the road, sleeping in lay-bys because they've only got so many hours they're allowed to work. But rather than do that, you're going to endanger lives of the public and the lorry drivers in a lot of cases by extending the hours. No, that's just my view on that. I did have a HGV too for quite a few years. I needed it as part of my job. And I let that go because you just couldn't earn money at it. I wasn't being away from family and friends and not getting a reasonable amount for it. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is wishy-washy, old Sunak. Taking money back from the very, very people that can't afford it. I myself have recently applied for universal credit because my work's dried up. You go to the job centre, you apply for jobs through the internet and other forms. I prefer to walk in somewhere and see face to face. And there's one or two I've been to. Oh, you're too old, you're too broken, and you're not jabbed. Now, you go to the job centre when you sign on, they ask what you've been doing to look for work. You tell them this, they don't believe you. My own advisor the other day said, no, that doesn't happen. And I told her, get your ass out there and look at the real world. What you believe is happening in the world of employment in this country ain't. It's The jobs are there. If you're jibby-jabbed, you've got all the paperwork, and you're young. A lot of jobs now involve big tech, which a lot of us older ones haven't got a reasonable grasp on. They send you on courses to learn. What's the point when the employers won't take you on anyway? This is where you should be looking. Government. Stop sanctioning people that can't get a job, that won't be entertained even for a bloody interview. So, that being said and done, we're in virtually holiday season now. What are your options? If you're rich, entitled, you can do whatever you want. Go wherever you want. Most of us, I mean, I'm lucky that where we holiday, we've got a little cottage that we go to every year. Lovely landlady. She's more than happy to have us there. She'd have been happy to have us there during the lockdown. She openly said that. But most people everywhere now is way, way overpriced. You can't blame the hoteliers and people and holiday camps because they've lost so much. They've got to make so much back to make the business viable. But then you've got all the hotels that aren't opening to the public in lovely little seaside towns, most of them. But you can't get a room because they're making an absolute fortune by housing illegals. If you're lucky enough to find one in these pretty little coastal towns that isn't taking the illegals, do you really want to take your family to a town that's full of these people? Harassing women constantly in public, harassing kids, fighting, robbing, muggings. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't want to go down to one of those places as an adult, let alone take my kids or family there. You're causing that divide again between the rich, the poor, the jabbed and the unjabbed. If you're jibby-jabbed now, and you can afford the prices of a holiday, afford the prices of tests, which you still have to have, even if you're jibby-jabbed. So that hasn't worked well for you, has it? At which point I always take the time to mock the sheep that have. There. And now, if you're double jibby-jabbed, whoosh, you can go straight through the airport. It's that divide again, isn't it? And one of the nicest forms of holidays in this country is either wild camping, hiking with your tent. You're retired, you've got yourself a little camper van so you can have cheap holidays. You see a lay-by, you're tired, you pull over, you stop. Now they're trying to ban all that as well. So that's another option out the window. Yeah, yet Boris gets paid to go on holiday. He gets his holidays paid for him, although they said that he did nothing wrong by accepting his holidays. Sorry, you have, you fucking hypocrite. And the illegals are still coming in, although useless Patel said she was going to stop them. It's on there. I'm watching them live this morning. Big up to Tracy and the guys down there in Dover. I'd recommend everybody goes and watches her channel to see the truth. TWXX. I'll put a link in the description below to her channel. Please go and support her. She's doing a brilliant job, and she's showing the truth that mainstream media aren't saying or showing. hi to the new subs. I know you're there. Thank you for your emails. Although YouTube, the faceless cowards, don't seem to want to put you up. They're either putting the numbers in a shadow channel. They haven't messed around with the viewing figures too much lately, but I have noticed some. One video actually went down from 91 views to 26 at one point. No corruption going on there then, is there? Come on, you faceless gits. At least get in touch. Explain why you're doing this. Unbelievable. But on that score, as I say, I have got my BitChute channel again. I'll leave a link to one of the videos in the description. Please go over and subscribe to me on there. There won't be as many videos going up on there. Well, until the faceless ones decide they've had enough and throw me off of here. Then they'll all be on there, exposing the corruption. Yeah, that's about it for today, people. As always, my respects to you all, and thank you for watching. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the likes. They all help me. And until the next time, try and keep some sanity in this mad country. And stay safe. Stay strong. Stay free. My respects to each and every one of you, as always. Bye for now.